away from the name that they gave me, who am I? Away from the religion that they force on me, who am I?
Exactly.
Away from my skin color, who I don't have anything to do with, who am I?
Who are you when no one's watching?
What they are doing right now, because of the social media, because all of this marketing period that we are living in, they make you feel guilty that there is something that is waiting for you there and you're not having it because you're lazy.
Hello, Dr. Hasan. How are you?
Hello. Hi, Monica.
I'm very glad that you are here and we have this opportunity to have a great talk today.
It's amazing how we now start like everything was perfect from the beginning. We are trying to prepare this for a while now with the mics and but I am happy that I'm with you and I hope that we will have a very productive, realistic chat.
I'm sure we will. Please tell me a little bit about yourself. You are very popular on all social media channels. Everybody is following you from all over the world. People are interested in what you're saying, what you're showing to them. You have millions of followers. What do you do exactly? What do you tell them exactly?
What do I tell them? What is the secret?
What's the secret?
I think I can put it in one word only, which is realism. I'm trying to be that guy who is talking, trying to be honest about life, about issues, without calling the tiger within and to unleash the power within. And I always say that maybe I have a rabbit inside me and this rabbit is just want to be happy and run around. This is the thing. I am trying to be as realistic as I can and try not to force what I know and what I read and what I study into the reality. Actually, I'm trying to take from reality and learn. I think this is why a lot of people see this connection between what I say and the reality without promising something or asking them to dramatically change the way they look at life and be positive. I don't believe in being positive or being negative as a solution for anything. I think we need to just be realistic and go with the flow.
Exactly. That's a very good point. And you mentioned reality. How can we stay authentic in this life that is full of stereotypes? How can we be true to ourselves without being judged, without being torn apart with ourselves, without being in this fight?
It's funny because when you grow in life and the more that you get hit, with time, sooner or later, you start to not care that much. The only issue that I think that most of the people, including me, the one that I'm talking, that we are in a journey always to know more about ourselves. The thing is that most of the people are distracted to demand love, care, acceptance from others. And the only thing that we need to think about is like, am I doing this to myself? So am I giving the love that I need from other people to myself? Am I accepting myself the way that I need people to accept me? And you will not be able to accept something that you don't know. We have a saying that say that we are enemy of things that we don't know. So do I know myself? And how can I know myself if I don't open my eyes and go through experience that will show part of my soul, part of the way I think, my resistance, what I accept, what I like, what I don't like, through experience, through failure, through success. So I think the main factor and the core of all this is self-awareness. I think this is the most important job that you have to take it so serious. Know yourself, and after you know yourself, you know your capabilities, so you will not dream so high, and you will know exactly what you want, what will match this. Plus, I will be honest with you. I will say, you know what, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. So you want to do this or you don't want to do this, because I know that I will not accept this and I know that I will accept this. Honesty. Simple. There is no need to fight later. There is no need to show part of us and fake and then feel exhausted of faking just to please a partner or please someone. That's it.
That basically means being honest to your true self, but also being vulnerable. And people tend to be afraid of showing themselves. Vulnerability is seen as something that they should avoid.
Well, yeah, and this is the thing. This is why most of the people are not strong, because strength is to accept that you are weak. This is the most important thing. I've been always wondering since I was a kid, why we need to believe in a God. No matter what was the name of this God, Allah, Doamne in Romanian. At the end of the day, the fact that life is not easy to be understood, especially there is that part of life that is like, okay, what happened after death? Where it all started? These kind of existence questions. And there comes the philosophers trying to search for the truth, and then come religion. And at the end of the day, the more that you accept your weakness, the more you become strong, because you will not feel guilty that there is something missing, that there is something that you are not doing while you can do. And what they are doing right now, because of the social media, because all of this marketing period that we are living in, they make you feel guilty that there is something that is waiting for you there, and you're not having it because you're lazy, because you're not investing your money in...
Because you're not good enough, maybe?
You're not good enough. And this is how they control, by making you feel guilty. Because I cannot sell you anything, Monica, if I don't make you feel guilty that you're not having it. So they are working on this, and they are making you feel, I should have this. I should do this. I should do this surgery. I can do this. There are couples that are now sleeping and cuddling, and I don't have this in my life. This image, this fake image about something is missing and you're not having it, including how you should look body-wise. Where do you have to travel? What kind of breakfast happy people have? And at the end, you just feel that, my God, my life is bad. I am guilty. I need to work more. I need to be more lucky. So that's the worst thing in life, when you live your life without admitting your weakness. That's the worst thing about it.
That's very nicely put. Nobody teaches this. We grow up in a society where there's a school, there's an education system, but nobody teaches you these things. Where do you start? How do you start? Where do you know where to look at? What to read? Who to reach?
The thing is that if you go back, they say always, like all generations, they say that women are so emotional and men are more logic. And by doing this, they are doing like, let's say, the stereotyping or classification, like either you are logical or you are emotional. But the question is, honestly, if we talk very honest, who take the decisions that we are taking? Who's responsible for taking decisions? From my point of view, we all think with our hearts, and then we use our brain and what's called logic to make what we choose the most logical decision on earth. But everything is related about emotions. Even people who had no emotions, when you see someone who's cold and they say this man is, or this population or this group of people are cold, these people had a very strong emotion against emotion. So eventually they have emotions. And this is what they should teach kids starting from the beginning, under the umbrella of emotional intelligence. Like, listen, it's okay to be emotional. It's not weakness. And you have to understand that in order to protect yourself, you need to do two things. First, you need to know how to control your emotions, because it's like a horse. You need to tame that horse. Otherwise, it's the horse. Have you ever ride a horse?
No.
It's a very strong creature. The amount of muscles, and if you don't know how to tame the horse, although that we are weak compared to this horse, we are weak. But to dominate and to show the horse that you are the alpha male, you can control, you hold the leash, so he understands that, okay, this guy is strong. So you need to do the same with your emotions. And in the same time, you need to fill your brain with as much knowledge as you can, because when you will use your brain to find logic for the decision that is made with your emotion, your brain should have some information to compare. Like, this is good, this is bad, this is wrong. So at the end of the day, it's like a balance, a harmony between emotions and logic. But if we are not good emotionally, nothing is good. Nothing is good.
So we get back to what you said before, that we need to know ourselves. We need to define our emotions, to define our thinking, to know exactly what we feel, how we feel, and what to do with it.
Yes, and we need to, if you're not going through all the spectrum of emotions, there is something wrong.
Okay.
When was the last time you cried?
Oh.
Just before you met me. But it's important to ask ourselves, like, I didn't cry for a while.
Yeah.
Or why should we show this strength of not showing an emotion? I mean, most of the people are sad because they are sad.
Yes.
And they are so angry because I get angry. You make me angry, and I'm angry because I'm angry. And I feel guilty. And I'm scared to be scared. And this goes under the umbrella of anxiety. I'm scared to be scared.
They hide it all so other people don't notice. And then we create a totally new mask. And mask over mask over mask over mask until we lose ourselves and finally start searching for ourselves because we forgot who we are.
Exactly. And it's a journey that some people are lucky enough to know earlier in their life that that's just a makeup, and I just wash my face with the truth of life, to be realistic and to feel the beauty that I have naturally. I still believe that I am beautiful when I cry, and I'm beautiful when I smile, and I'm beautiful when I'm angry, and I'm beautiful in all shapes, and because this is what proved that I'm trying to defend my humanity.
Yes.
And because of, for example, to be a man is different than to be a woman. And that's the thing now, that when the man shows the weakness of emotion, he's judged badly. And when the woman shows her emotion by crying, we say, okay, she cannot take a decision, she's weak. So in both ways, it's not working. Like we just consider that showing emotions is a sign of weakness. And then we ask, where is the compassion in life?
Exactly.
Why there is no humanity in life? Well, you ask us to do so. So
how do we change that? Step by step, person by person?
I think this is funny because my first book ever, when I start to say, like, I wanna share my experience with the people, and the title was Start With Yourself. And this book was based on a joke I heard, that a guy went to a doctor and he was begging him, please, my wife is deaf, she cannot hear anymore. And the doctor said, okay, bring her so we can. And he said, she's denying, she don't want to come. She said that she don't have issues. So how can I help you? The doctor said, and he replied, just give me something, give me a medicine, a drop something I will put in her food while she's not. But I want her to be okay because I'm suffering. Our relation is not okay. She's deaf. So he said, okay, at least I need to know how severe the situation is. So I want you to do the following. Go back home, try to stay 6 feet away from her and ask her something, say something. If she hear, just come back to me and say she heard 6 steps away. If not, one step more, until she hear and come back and tell me what exactly was the distance. So he went back home and he stepped like 6 feet away. And he said, so what do we have for dinner today? And she didn't reply. So he stepped one step forward, until he reached the last step. So he was beside her. And he said, what do we have to eat today for dinner? And she looked at him and she said, my God, this is the 6th time I'm telling you that I did not cook anything. The idea is that, who is deaf here? He is deaf. But let's think about it. I am this guy because he had very good intention. He wants the relation to be better. He thinks that there is an issue, But the only thing that he's doing that he's pointing to his wife because he's not even thinking that it might be me also.
You know, there's a saying, whenever you point to someone, one finger is pointing to the other one, but three are pointing back towards.
Yes, true. That's true. Yes. And from that funny joke, the whole book, the idea of the book came like, oh my God, I need to start with myself. And one other thing that influenced me, I'm traveling a lot. This is my life to go from one place to another. So sometimes I feel like I'm living in an airport. And at that time, I just look at when you go into a trip on a flight, they tell you the oxygen will come down and they say, don't save anyone. Just start with yourself, put the mask, and then you can save your own kids because you need to be okay to save others. And I say, oh, wow,
that's true.
That's true. I need to be okay. So that's the most important thing, that we have to start with ourselves. I don't know why, but from my experience, a lot of people, they are so cheap to give themselves a break and, to face yourself without being judgmental, just to say, you know what, who am I? Who am I? Away from the name that they gave me, who am I? Away from the religion that they force on me, who am I? Exactly. Away from my skin color, who I don't have anything to do with, who am I?
Who are you when no one's watching?
Yes, who am I? Away from what I own, what I gain, who am I? And if you are okay with yourself, you will not care about anything else. You will understand exactly how to go through this life. You will still be sad, disappointed, frustrated. You will go through all this, but you will say, you know what? The last and only shelter that will be with you until the last moment is not your husband. It's not your beautiful baby that you're taking care of and you are sacrificing. It's not. It's you.
Me, myself, and I, how they say it.
From born to death. You and yourself. So if this shelter was not okay, nothing will be okay.
Indeed. So this is where you started to write, start writing, and you wrote 5 successful books. Do they all continue on the same idea, or? For
me to write, I will tell you how I am writing.
Okay.
The thing is that I have a lot of ideas, and I sit a lot to analyze. I talk to a lot of people. I study a lot. I read a lot. And sometimes an idea, come into your mind and you say, oh, man, why this is happening and why people suffer here or there. And I remember one of the book that I love the most is We Were Not Created to Suffer.
Yes.
And it came in the middle of the pandemic. And when I was sitting lonely, at that time it was hard. Nobody is going out, restrictions. And I was asking, are we created to suffer? Why everyone is suffering? Even people who had money, people who are rich. I have customers who are very wealthy and still they have their own kind of issues because they are human. Emptiness, lack of friendship, loneliness. And then I say, okay, I don't think that we are created to suffer, but maybe we are not, nobody teaches us how to adapt. And from there, the book came. My second book was awareness journey. It was, it also talks about me. So I write small cards about my ideas. Whenever an idea comes to my mind, I need to write it. Because before I was not doing this and I say, that's brilliant. And then when you come to remember, what was the idea that I was thinking about? So now beside my bed, there is a notebook. And in the middle, like before I sleep, when I have an idea, immediately I write like, tomorrow I'm going to search more. And this is how the books came to, and I wrote the 5 books. So the 6th on the way. Let's see.
Okay, that's nice. So we need to find ourselves to be all right with ourselves, and then we can be all right with everyone else. How does this apply to a relationship? Either we talk about friendship or a partnership in business, or in an actual love relationship or a marriage. Well,
yeah. Relationship is a very critical.
It is indeed.
Especially nowadays. I think we are living in a very hard time because everything around us is telling us to be isolated and not to care. And everything now became virtual. So when we face people face to face, we are lacking the skills of communicating. And the thing that I will say about friendship, because when it comes to love, it's different than friendship, it's different than my relation with my parents. But it all depends, again, on how are we okay with ourselves or not. Because if you see now, everyone is disappointed about what a friend did to him or her, or a husband who's cheating and he destroyed her life by cheating, or he left her or she left him, or everyone is talking about the other person who didn't reach the expectation that we put on them. And again, what is the expectation from myself? I know that this sounds a little bit romantic, like, oh, I need to be okay with myself and everything will be okay. No, the idea is, it's not about how you are doing when you are okay. How do you do when you have a conflict? What exactly are the skills that you have to manage conflicts? And how much you can protect yourself from being so down when you have an issue with a friend, with a husband, with a wife, with a kid, with whatever. I think this is the skills that nobody teach us this. When we go to school, they teach us how to talk, in many languages.
Exactly.
A, B, C, D, A, apple, I don't know what. But nobody teach us how to communicate, which is completely different. I don't need language
Emotional communication.
Yes, I don't need language to communicate. So this is important. They teach us math. So 1 + 1 = 2, 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, and so on and so forth. But nobody teach us how to calculate by careful steps to build a business, how to save money, how to make a business, how to deal with conflicts. This is the thing. So this lack of education when it comes to skills, and they let you go and try with your experience, or, which is also bad, to take the experience of an older generation that had completely different criteria. They have completely different time. And we are now in a different time. So their experience is important. But still, the challenges for nowadays is different. The generation is facing different challenges.
Let's say I'm a woman over 40. I'm in a marriage. I have children, but I'm not happy. And I cannot put the dot on it. I don't know why. There's a routine, the children are fine, the husband is having his own life, I'm having my own life. Where's the problem? Where should I go? What should I do? Where's the problem? I'm not happy.
Yeah. This is nice that you open this subject, because let's put it this way. When a man meets a woman and they say, like, okay, this might be potential for something, we have adrenaline. So it's a game,
Exactly.
We have, when they start to talk to each other, there is a lot of dopamine.
A lot of butterflies.
Butterflies and dopamine, like, oh my God, she replied, she put like on my, I don't know, post. Hey. We have also endorphins, we have serotonin, we are happy. And then we come together and we are married now. So we are intimate. We are having sex, so we also are using our testosterone, our sexual hormone. The thing is, with time, the first thing that will fall down is adrenaline.
Okay.
Where is the? Because we kill it by routine, by doing it the same way, by doing it sometimes in the same room, by giving a periodic time, like we need to do this.
Okay.
So we squeeze all the neurotransmitters and hormones in the first period of time, and then they start to collapse. So there is no adrenaline. I'm not so excited, like, oh, today we are doing. There is no excitement. And I will say why later, how to correct that. And after that, dopamine. Dopamine is secreted when we have a certain feeling of achievement, and somebody recognize us. But where is the dopamine? Because we are already together, we live together, we eat together, we do everything together. So what's the dopamine about? I mean, nothing. And then the endorphins and everything start to fall. And then we are only using testosterone, which is it's responsible for desire, men and women. So you cannot rely on this hormone only, because this is also influenced by a lot of stuff like your mood, your food, your sleep. If your husband came back home and he forgot to bring you something and you tell him 100 times and he just forgot, you will be so angry. So which testosterone that you will use at that day to say, okay, let's do it? So we are putting a lot of pressure on our sexual hormone, and this make us so disappointed because it's not happening the same way. So what's killed here? The pleasure. We can be happy, but we are not having pleasure. There is no pleasure. And this what make a man or a woman cheat. Now they are different, but let's talk now about men, for example. When they go to talk to someone outside the relation, and most of the time she's not as pretty as his wife, she's not as educated or whatever, and the wife is like, what did I do wrong? I did everything for you, and then you go to do this. She don't understand. He's going to search for this pleasure. He's going like, she will give me adrenaline because, talking in secret, sending messages and delete it. The adrenaline is there. When he starts to talk, or he wants to talk to her and she's talking back to him, and she is also interested, dopamine, achievements,
validation,
and then the testosterone, if the relation grows. So he's finding a game to play that will make him feel the pleasure. Hunter? Yes, the pleasure of hunting. He's alive again. Does that mean that he loves her more than? No. He might sometimes be so in love with his wife, but because he's not so aware about what I'm saying, they kill the relation with this systematic way of living it, and they are not aware that there are a lot of elements. For example, the cuddling hormone, oxytocin, and this hormone is secreted when you are cuddling, and it's very important because it's a natural remedy.
Is that why they say that you need at least, 3 hugs a day and at least 20 something seconds each one?
It's amazing because the stress hormone is cortisol. It's secreted by the adrenal gland. I'm sorry to give some information now, medical, because this is my field. So it is secreted by the adrenal gland with adrenaline when you are stressed. But cortisol is the main stress hormone. So it go and destroy everywhere. They found out that oxytocin is exactly doing the opposite. When it's secreted, it go exactly to the arteries to solve the issue that the cortisol did, to the heart, and then they found out also that how can I induce it more? By cuddling. So this is again another thing. Are we cuddling? Do we know the importance? I always I advise people and I say, go hug your wife, hug your kids, and be selfish. You're doing it for yourself. You are literally treating yourself. So that's why the relations, sometimes we feel like, why I feel so guilty? Man, I have everything. Maybe my husband is okay, my health is okay, my kids are okay. But she's not happy. She's not fulfilled with the pleasure. And listen to me carefully. We are created for 2 reasons: avoiding pain and instant gratification. That's the 2 major things that we are searching for. So the pleasure is gone, and we are keeping the life by avoiding the pain. Avoiding the pain of not having money, avoiding the pain of not educating our kids very well, avoiding the pain of my husband will cheat or not.
Getting out of the comfort zone, maybe.
Getting old, wrinkles, white hair, getting obese. So we are trying to avoid pain, but there is no pleasure. There is no instant gratification. And this is where you feel empty. And when you feel empty, the brain we need to survive. So let's go to alcohol to run away.
Alcohol or
drugs. Or cheating. One relation that is outside the marriage, it gives you a push of pleasure. which is based on adrenaline, the combination adrenaline with dopamine, with serotonin, with oxytocin, whatever. So that's why the relations are falling. The question is, what can we do? First, awareness. We need to know this. And second, we need to know how to push, the anticipation, how to keep the relation interesting, how to play, how to send your husband or your partner a message in the morning and acting like, you're teasing, how to remind each other, like, you are so beautiful, I will do it. How to take it outside our comfort zone, to go, to travel, to do something different. I notice even some, because of the way of the programming, that when they have a kid, it's over. The life is over. So literally, she's so busy with her kid. She is so stressed. She's not sleeping, breastfeeding. Her body already changed. She's under the stress of getting back to shape. Maybe she's working. And look at the man. He's working. He don't know what to do with the kid. He don't know how to help. He might be not aware that he has to help. Yeah. And he is always busy just to provide. There is no communication. She's frustrated. She feels that she's lonely. He feels that he's left over, that she don't care about him anymore. He's jealous. He needs her back. There is no talking, no communication. This is the thing. We need more awareness. And we need to know, and this is important, where this is why people comes to me and to talk about it and to see what can be done and why it's happening. I'm always the why guy, and I don't have the answers. It's not like why I will tell you, no. Every story had different. We will discover together, but I can guide. I am like, when you go to a cinema before and there is a guy who was having a lamp and like, this is your chair, because it's better not to sit in someone else, I work like this, and this is important. And you need to start with yourself. Take this lamp, go inside you and say, what's happening there? Oh my God, who left there?
Exactly.
Who left this thing
Do
there?
some cleaning.
Yes.
Okay, that's very nice. You also mentioned children. This generation somehow seems totally different than how we used to be. Of course, this is always the situation. New generations are always different, but there is something really different.
Well, the generation is different and the parents are different.
Yes.
We are now into this helicopter parenting. The expectations are so high, and this is why it's a completely different era. Kids now are more open to a lot of stuff. They are more open to life. I remember when I was a kid, my parents were the only source of information. And then when I try to be smart and look around, I see that it's copy pasted. It was a group awareness. Everyone was parenting his kids in the same way. Religion was more strong. People were taking religion more like a tradition. It's an ID for them. So believe or you don't believe, how strong is your belief? At the end of the day, everyone is doing the same. Here, maybe they were going to the church every Sunday. So it was different. Now a new generation that have a lot of access to all over the world, they are seeing, different. And the parents are more busy now about providing than ever. Before that was the man is working, the woman, she might work, she might not, but it was like unwritten agreement that you raise and I provide. And it was like everyone is okay with it. Nobody is complaining. I'm not saying that they were happy. So it's not like, the woman should go back to her world. It's not like this. No, but there is nothing better than an agreement that everyone is following. We like this, I'm just like the others, because the minute you start to feel like, it's only me that having this issue, you're victimizing yourself and you will not be able to withstand life. So now it's different. Now everyone is trying to provide as much as he or she can, but we are not providing the most important thing, the experience of being with our kids.
And again, emotional communication.
Exactly. We think that our kids are ours. And by the way, this is what Freud talked about when he said the ID, the ego, the superego. Eventually, from my point of view, the ego is always trying to make everything yours. So this is a coffee, but my ego would say, this is my coffee. This is the coffee of Dr. Hasan Almozayin, which is so different. And everything now is literally, it's like an inflammation virus for our egos. Like when I put a photo and I need to, this is my Instagram, this is my story, this is my son, this is my husband.
Yeah, this can be seen a lot in teenagers who post so many things on Instagram, and they post to be someone they are not actually, or post only happy pictures or only happy moments. Do you also work with children or teenagers?
Well, we work more with the parents. We don't talk directly because this is another specialty. They need someone who's specialized in this. But there are teenagers who are listening to me, and they always tell me that, oh my God, you understand us more than our parents. You really understand what do we want or how we think. The idea is that whenever my son will come to talk to me, my ego will go like, what? You believe something different than my belief? But how come? You're my son. You're my daughter. A lot of women now, they are in their 40s and 60s or 50s. And they have fights with their mothers just like they are just like she's a teenager and her mother is still trying to interfere in her life. And the idea that she don't know how to, handling conflicts, managing conflicts with my parents. I always say this is a very important skill, how to manage conflicts, not how to avoid conflicts, conflict, or how to live without conflicts, which is the marketing now, especially the American marketing of happiness. The tiger inside, go away, life is amazing, you just go.
Always be positive and optimistic.
Yeah. It's like someone who kick you from behind. So you feel, I am high, and then boom, you go down, immediately. That's it. But no, it's not like we need to do a lot of effort to understand, to talk more, to know what do we want, what other people want, what our kids want. They are not ours. How can I talk to my kid? Can I learn something from my son? How much time I'm spending with him? How is the time happening? Because I see a lot of people, they are spending the time out of guilt. Like, let's take him somewhere. Let's go and buy him stuff just to
another
numb.
Checklist.
Yeah. I will buy him a phone to numb my guilt. Or everyone in the school has a phone, so my son will be the only one who will not have. This is why when you are outside, sometimes you feel like these kids are not well raised, but it's not their fault. It's us. It's completely us. We don't know. We don't know how to deal with our kids.
There are many patterns of behavior here. How about the fear of change, the fear of failure, the fear of success? How do these influence? We
have to talk first about fear. Is it a bad thing or a good thing? Because when I say fear, it's always like the negative emotions come, like the negative side of the emotion. Is it important to have fear? I don't think that I did anything good in my life or any achievement without this amazing friend. He's an amazing friend, but we are so ungrateful. And, they said in psychology that the main motivator for a human being is fear of death. This is the main, and everything is under the umbrella. Like, for example, I'm afraid that I will not find a job. So if you go into details, you will find out I'm afraid that I will not find a job. I will be in the street. I will not have food and I will die. Or I'm afraid that my kids, something will happen to me and I'm afraid that my kids after me will. So it's about me dying and someone else will die because I didn't live enough to give them. So fear is an amazing friend, but we need to know how to be true friends with fear. If you have a friend, your friend will know exactly what you like, what you don't like. You know what exactly she like or he like and what. And then if he visited you or she visits you, she knows that, okay, she can visit, you are welcome. She can sometimes have a copy of your, if she's a close friend, copy of your, but again, when she needs to leave, you will tell her, I need to be alone, and she will understand this and say, I know you. Okay, I'm going to leave you alone. We need to build this kind of a relation that I need to know when to welcome my fear, because he will come anytime, anywhere. We need to be that close. I'm so close to my fear. And not to have fear of fear.
Yes.
I'm afraid to be scared. So that's that. So you are avoiding something that is inevitable. Yeah. So I'm closing all the doors and then look back and, oh, it's fear again. So you need to understand, no, he will always be there. It's part of who you are.
Accept our shadows.
Yes. That's exactly accepting the shadows. So if you have this relation with your fear, suddenly it will not be, I will not say that you will be, oh my God, I have fear. You know, it's not like this, but you will know how to use it, you know, and listen to your fear. It's giving you a lot of good advices. Some people, they do exactly what they fear.
Okay.
You know, and the fear will tell you, you are going to fail in the exam. But you don't hear the other part. Please study. You know, so we hear only one part. I think he's cheating. You know, this is the first part. This is fear. He's cheating. You need to take care of yourself, whatever you will do. So you need to take care of yourself. He is cheating. You should not care about what he's doing. If you are okay with yourself, you'll be more attractive. And if he cheated anyway, you will not be down. It will not break you. So why we hear only the first part?
That's interesting.
Yes,
why?
Because we are not used to listen.
Okay.
We are not listeners. We don't listen. You know, I was thinking why we talk more. All of us, we love to talk more than we listen. And I realized that when we are kids, everyone is teaching us how to talk. So say, and they are happy. Like, oh, did you see what he said? Oh my God, it was so cute. But nobody sit with me and said, come, today I'm going to teach you how to listen. It's also skills
Indeed.
of listening. Nobody teach us. Everyone was like, say, tata, mama, dad, and we are happy. And oh, look what he said. My son is speaking 3 languages. But nobody say, okay, I will teach you how to listen. Plus, I don't think the families are showing examples. I don't think that my father was a good listener for my mother. And this is how I learned how to listen. I don't think it's happened. So this is why we are not listening. And we don't even understand that you cannot listen to me if you don't have respect. You might not love me. You might even hate me. But you will listen when you respect me. Because we can respect even our enemies. So let's say that fear is your enemy. But still, if you have respect for this fear, listen to what the fear will tell you, because it will always push you to some prophylaxis, something you have to do before something bad happens. But to be there and just or paralyzed, that's not okay.
Okay.
I feel like you were thinking about a lot of fears.
Yes. a lot.
What was my fear telling me and I didn't listen?
My worst fear. We'll have a session after this interview.
Okay.
It's okay. Another popular...
I'm sorry, but I will do something just for people to know that it's not just for decoration. There is coffee there.
Another popular or trending issue these days are separations and divorces. How can a woman handle a divorce after 40 or 50? How can a man handle a divorce after being 50 or 60? It seems easier for a man, although I'm not sure it is.
The thing is about relations, because you're talking only about 50 or some people even at their 32 or 31 and they cannot handle this separation or divorce or whatever. But at the end of the day, it all started with, again, your relation with yourself. A lot of people, they think that divorce is the solution. So I have a lot of issues. We are fighting all the time. We cannot take this anymore. So let's end this. Okay, bravo. You end it? Are you okay now? You are in a different relation? What happened this time? Oh, all men are bad. You just discovered this. All women are naggy. So what you're doing the basic cognitive distortion, the primary cognitive distortions, which is generalization. It starts when we are a kid. When I am a boy or a girl, I start to walk. And I'm not balanced. And then I fall and I hit my head the table. Immediately, all the tables are mean. And I the way I look at the table, like, the table hit me, because I have no cognition. I'm still not developed enough to understand that it was my fault. So I'm generalizing. So you are generalizing, and you are not, again, the guy who went to the doctor and said, my wife is deaf. So we need to be, from the beginning, we need to understand who we are. And if I understand very well, who am I? First of all, my choices will be better. So from the beginning, the choice will be better. It will not be a risk. It's always a risk. And trust me, it's better to be a risk. It's not like I go to a shop and, do you have 45? Yes. Oh, that's perfect. That's my size. It's not like this.
Yes.
It has to be some risk, we have to be a little bit different so we can grow, If I'm okay with myself, then comes life, and people sometimes change. So I choose the right man. He was amazing. I had the butterflies. We were talking. Everything was amazing. Oh, we feel so good to each other. And then something happened, because life, I need to be realistic. I need to understand that we change. In psychology, they said there are principles. They say, every human behavior is motivated. Principle number 1. Number 2, what motivates me today might not motivate me tomorrow.
True.
Number 3, what motivates me might not motivate you.
True.
So this is important. So my husband will change. He changed. What? Why do you expect him not to change? He was not a table. You didn't marry to a table or a chair. Even a chair or a table are changing. Sometimes they get older and they get
broken.
How much I'm ready for these changes, how much we are open to communicate, to talk, how important for us to understand that when to say enough. No conflicts, no fightings, no nothing. It's enough. Maybe we are now not okay with each other and we need to end this. But we will not be able to do this unless we are okay with ourselves and we are okay with communicating with each other in a way that will make us understand, now this is over. Let's see why it's over. You know why? Because I still love you. Love cannot.
True.
If we have this kind of relation, it will not disappear or vanish. But I need to have this from you to tell me what went bad, what went okay, what is missing, what's not missing, to talk about it.
What do you think? Where's the line, or how do you decide? Can we still save this, or is it time to end it?
This is something that only 2 people can decide. And for them, sometimes some people will not take the decision out of the fear of breaking the comfort zone and going to something else. Every case had its own. Some people, they have emotional attachment. Some people are narcissistic. Some people have some serious issues. So we are not talking now to give a general advice here, but I'm talking in the best way possible. That this is why I'm telling you, I cannot change anyone. People ask me, "Man, you are a very good coach," and I always say, give me good players and I'm a good coach. Give me bad players, I'm the worst coach ever. Because I hardly can change myself. So how do you expect me to change others? But this is what I'm doing. My emotional home, because there is something called emotional home. So there are people, whatever happiness comes in their way, their emotional home, home sweet home, is sadness.
Okay.
Solve it when you solve the issue with sadness. There are people who are positive, whatever happened in their life, their emotional home, that is based on emotion and is covered with resilience brain. So they are very strong when it comes to the mindset, and they are very flexible when it comes to emotion. So the emotions can take, So if my emotional home sweet home is based on honesty with myself and acceptance, so even if we have issues, I can decide to leave.
Okay.
The art of saying no.
An idea for a new book, maybe?
Well, yeah, it's my new book, the one I'm writing now, it's all about realism, how to be realistic. And in this book, I'm trying to talk about different aspects of realism. Realism with God, because we are all believers somehow, some way. Even atheists, they believe that there is no God. So they start with the word, I believe that there is no God. So
they believe in something.
They believe, So how realistic are you with your relation, spiritual part? How realistic are you with yourself? And then how realistic are you with your partners? And then how realistic are you with your future and past?
Okay.
The past and the future, yourself, people surrounding you, and your spiritual part. It's a journey. Writing a book for me is a journey, because sometimes I start with going somewhere, and then for some reason, law of attraction, if we can, it give you, it's not law of attraction as much as you open your eyes, because your brain now is focused on something, again, the emotion. Your emotion, I want to write a book about realism. And the brain said, oh, okay, let's go here. And then you started to see, Monica, I see you every day, but today I see something that is related to what I want to do. So I say, law of attraction. So that's how you attract things, by opening your eyes.
Yes.
So, we need to be realistic more. It's not your man. Please, where is my camera? It's not your man. It's not your son. It's not your wife. It's not your business. You can think whatever you want to think that it's yours. But at the end of the day, we don't own anything.
It's I don't know you, if and that's
I don't know if I will live tomorrow or not. The uncertainty of life is ironic. And then in this uncertainty, I am born, and they tell me, by the way, you are going to die. When? Well, nobody knows. How? Also, nobody knows. So I'm going to be old and die? Yes. No. I'm going to be young and die? Nobody knows. And then you want certainty, which is the main important need for you to know, I want to be certain.
And yet we live like there's no tomorrow, like we are unbeatable and we are immortal.
Or the opposite, we are dead and we are just waiting for the time that they write our death certificate. There are people who are walking with us, drinking coffee in coffee shops, but they are dead. They declare death. They are not living. It's over for them. They think that it's not worth it anymore. They give up. So we can go to both extreme because we give this life more than it deserves or less. So we either overestimate or underestimate what can we take from this life.
How do we find the balance?
By experiencing and by not giving up to one idea only. It's not like a place that you need to reach. They asked me once, is it about, and it's something that I heard, it's not I didn't say it, but I believe in it. It was beautiful. Is it about the destination or it's about the journey?
Or maybe the company.
It's a company. Because I don't care where I'm going. And I don't care how is it. Because sometimes I have a friend who was so funny. If we go to nowhere, and I am with him, he will find a way to make me laugh and have fun. True. And I have people I know, if we are in paradise, they will say, I miss my friends are all in hell. I want to go there. Something is missing. So company is, and the best company that you have in your life is you.
Indeed.
If you're not okay with yourself, my God, that's the worst.
Do you have a mentor or a muse or somebody who really inspired you?
Well, my mother is it all started with her.
Okay.
She was amazing mother that tried as much as she can to open my heart and soul and be accepting different kind of stuff. And I remember I was 3 years old. I remember it as a vague image. And I was sitting and she was reading a very big book and very complicated book. And I was like, and I want to play. And I asked her once, and I told her, why you were doing this? I didn't even know what you were saying. And she said, I was trying to put something in your subconscious. I was not talking to your conscious. I was
Smart
putting
woman.
it inside. She was amazing. So my mother, of course, my father also had a very nice philosophy in life. He don't care. Sometimes some people, they are mean to him. Relatives, it happens. And I told him, how come you're not angry? Or sometimes when they need help, he's the first to. And he told me, poor people, they don't understand. So he have this peace inside him. Mm-hmm. He sleep on the pillow. He don't think about who said what said who. So I learned this from him. Plus, all the people I hear, I'm listening to a lot of people. I'm so interested to read. I'm so interested I learn from kids. Sometimes I observe, I go to a mall and sit and see how the kids are acting, why they are happy.
They live in the present.
Yeah.
That's it.
I remember a kid who was jumping in water and the adults were avoiding it and of course cursing, the government, nobody. And this kid was just and when the water was coming to his legs, he was feeling the fresh feel. He didn't think about, oh my God, my clothes, I need to wash, I need to do this, I need to do that, I have a meeting, what people will say, I look stupid, I don't know. He just lived
enjoying the moment.
This is I love to talk to old people. When I used to I used to work in a hospital, and in that time I was specialized in central nervous system medication, so it was like mental hospitals. Some people are so deep. I used to say that losing your mind or having a disease or depressed, maybe they are not educated, maybe they are poor, they don't have money, it's a financial. I went there and I was so wrong. There are some people who are so smart, they are brilliant when it comes to education, certificate, they belong to very rich families and stuff, but then they lose it because they were fragile. But looking at them and asking them about how they feel and listening to them, it gives you, it humbles you. So don't think that you are that strong. If you don't work on yourself, you might lose it anytime.
Okay.
So it's a lot. Talking to you, I'm learning from, I'm trying to learn from everything and anyone, trying to avoid my emotional, if I like, I don't like. As much as I can, I'm holding my horses and I said, maybe I will learn something.
Tell me then about Romania, about you living here. What did you learn here, or why did you stay?
If I say that I love Romania, I think people will think that it's like because I'm here, I'm talking to you. But let me put it this way. I never been in a place and I didn't like it, because I think I'm taking it inside me. What I love about being here, people here are very friendly. And I'm comparing because I traveled a lot. They are friendly. If you know how to not interfere in what, which is I think something that is everywhere. But I truly believe that Romanians are Latin. Yes. They have this warmth and they have this impulsiveness, and this is where I belong. I cannot live in places where our people are cold. I love people well. It enrich me. The nature. This country is paradise. And as much as I can, I always talk so well. I was able to bring a lot of people for tourism. Like, oh, wow, we didn't know. A lot of people were, when I do a video, say, you're in Switzerland. No, I am in Romania. I swear to God, I'm in Romania. It's a beautiful country. But again, people are not aware. But it's a beautiful country, beautiful people. They have issues just like any other. It's unbelievable how sometimes we live in a country and we say, we have issues that you didn't travel, you didn't see. Every nation, every people, we always have. And my always response is, okay, You think you have issues? What are you doing?
Indeed.
You're not doing anything? Shut up. You have issues? Yes, I understand. And I have issues. In my family, we are one family, we have issues. And in your family, you have issues. How about a nation? Well, you have issues. But the Romanians are kind. If you have something in the street and ask for help, a lot of people will offer help. If you are lost and you need something, even if there is no language, they will try as much as they can to try. So my eyes will always attract this positive part of any place I go to. So yeah, and now I'm settling here in the beautiful city of Brasov, Transylvania. So it suits me. It suits this stage of my life. Peace. Mm-hmm. I lived a lot in big capitals, Dubai, and it was always crowded. And I always say that I want to be in a place that there is a forest and where I go. And yeah, you never know where are we going to reach.
Indeed.
Don't plan a lot because it might not work according to your plan, but try to put some goals. And as we say, enjoy the company.
Okay. Tell me about, you said you are bringing here people. How do you do that?
Well, we are doing some training camps and, inviting people to come here to share what I'm trying to do. And this is my always like a strategy to help someone. So there are different elements to help someone. We have a spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical. So all these elements should be in harmony. So if I take care of my body, my food, I'm doing sport, I'm doing check out, I'm going to see what's wrong with me, what's missing, what's not. And then I'm okay emotionally. I'm learning. I'm developing my skills to increase my emotional intelligence, which is my specialty. Yes. And then mentally, which is ask more questions, learn more, search more, how to think, building what, because people when say strategy, they think that it's a very complicated word, like he had strategies.
Yes.
Strategy is to find the easiest, shortest way to reach to a certain goal. That's it. That's a strategy. So how to build your own strategy, which is tailored on your own life and spiritual. It's to come and try to connect with yourself. And then by connecting to yourself to see the beauty of the God who created you according to your belief. And then after seeing the beauty of God creating you, to see the beauty of what this God that you love now, what he provides you on this earth. So start to look around, say, oh, wow, snow, oh, trees, oh, a bird, oh, I want to hug a tree.
So you change perspectives.
Yes, we try as much as we can accept.
Or widen perspective.
Accept people the way they are. Don't judge them for what they feel. Don't say you should not feel like this. And then open for them a different way to see their situations. And we do this with a lot of games, fun. It's like a camp for 5 days. People are gathering different. Last time we did this, it was like 14 nationality. It was amazing. And there are people who don't speak the same language, but they were friends. And I mean, it was amazing. High five. And yeah, it was amazing. Using Google Translate sometimes to talk to each other. And build this friendship. Also seeing other people who are suffering from different issues, they will give you a different perspective that you are not alone in this. As we say, you are not the only one who's suffering. And at the end, everyone should go out with the principle that I based all my life on. I am not a victim until I start to act like one. So whenever I feel that I'm acting like a victim, I say, poof, I hit myself like, stop acting like a victim. You are not. So don't fool me here. I know me very well. You understand me? So I talk to myself. And this is amazing to teach people how to talk to themselves and sometimes to use bad words, like to curse yourself, like la 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 la. Stand up and go and fight for the nobody can. And this is important. It's what
self-motivation.
It's what you expect people to do to you. What do you expect people to motivate you? Hi, stand up. You can do it. And why you're not doing it to yourself? At least I know who am I.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it
so
is.
When do you plan the next one?
Well, the next one will be in February.
Okay.
We are planning this in February, and it will be like a winter camp. It will be amazing. And we choose a place where it will be snow, isolated in the middle of the forest. Again, we are not living in a tent. It will be an amazing hotel, and it will be an experience, good experience for us also to make this winter camp. And we wish luck to everyone who will come, and I cannot wait to meet people and to learn also from them.
Tell me in one sentence or a few words, why should people attend this camp?
They shouldn't. It's not about. It's about you taking a decision to come and see something different.
To invest in yourself?
Yes, something different. Something different. Because I know that it will be different. I always hear this from my client, that we went to do this and with that with him, and then you are different. Again, people are not used to for you to say, you're sad? Okay, be sad. But Indeed. Why you're not crying? Cry. It's okay, cry.
Let it out.
Let it out. I truly don't have advices. When people ask me what is it will be so naive to give an advice. What advice? This advice work for me, work for her, but I don't know what will work for you. But I can give you the strength, the information needed for you to compare, because if I want to take a good decision, at least I need to have choices. I need to see this and this. I can provide this to you. And then I can sit with you and see, to analyze if this is a good, bad, how you do it emotionally. Strengthen your emotional intelligence is so important. So if you are interested to come and see something different, to have fun and laugh, to cry and be angry, to be cold and then sit, be warm and sit behind the window and drink your coffee or tea, maybe. and you look outside and it's beautiful. And share these moments with someone. Take a break. Stop a little bit while you're running. Life will not go anywhere. You are running to the hole. You are running to your death, to the end. So slow down.
There's no escape, actually.
So the only escape that you can do is consciously to come here and attend this training camp or any other camp, any activity, and enjoy it.
Just do something for yourself.
Yes.
Okay. This was a great talk. I can imagine how a coaching session goes on with you. It gives you a different perspective. It gives you energy. It motivates you. And we didn't even go into subjects that I would ask you in a private session. So I think it's awesome what you give to people. It's your authenticity. It's your integrity. It's your energy. It's the words you use. It's awesome. And I thank you for this.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. But let me say something at the end. You remember the Terminator?
Yes.
Arnold.
Yes.
I will be back. So please, if someone is listening to us now, please, and you feel down, if you are cheated on, your husband did something, your wife, you feel that you are disappointed of life, you just lost someone that you love. Trust me, there is someone inside you, which is you, by the way. And this someone, this soul is telling you that I will be back. So it's okay to feel down. It's okay to feel betrayed. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to feel fear, to be scared. Live it, digest it, praise it. And then when it's enough, you need to do the following. You just need to hit your head like this and say, enough is enough. Nobody can care more than you. So please take care of yourself and remember, you will be back. Arnold way.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Monica.
Thank you. It was great.
Take care. Thank you.